Okay, good morning everyone. I don't know where you're streaming from, but I've made a post. I don't know if it's on. I don't know. I made a post saying I'm going to come online to teach few things like the basics about Forex. So I'm going to start from that before I go to the refined parts in Forex. Because some people have come to my WhatsApp saying teach me stuff like that, but I prefer posting on my YouTube so that can help multiple people, not just one person. So that's why I'm starting from the basic, because you have to learn about candlesticks like you can see on my screen. And I studied about candlesticks, and I chose 5 which are very powerful because most people use that as their mode of entry in the market. So I don't just want to dive into candlestick without touching some parts in forex trading. So you might be asking, what is Forex? We all know, because you can't just say you want to go into a skill and you don't know the meaning of what you are going into. Forex basically is a financial market which deals with trading and exchange of currencies, both buying and selling. So you can buy in the Forex market, you can also sell in the Forex market. So if you can see through, if you have ever come across the charts, you would have noticed some of all these candlesticks that is on my screen popping out on your screen while trying to execute a trade or trying to study the chart. For most of us, when I was still learning, I had the luck of making profits. I had that luck of making profits without even having the skill or that kind of thing. But I will call it gambling if you don't know the grassroots or what triggers the market to buy or what triggers the market to sell. You can't be perfect, but you have to build that experience to know, to have the technical know-how. You can't just have a skill without knowing what your skill is all about. The skills have to be built. Even as a footballer, you still have to go for training, even if you were born to be a footballer. So without wasting much of your time, in forex trading, you can buy stocks, you can deal with currencies, that is cryptocurrencies. Some people trade BTC is part of crypto, but most forex traders also trade BTC. So in case if you see a forex trader trading BTC, you'll be like, maybe he's a crypto trader. He can trade just basically BTC and still be a forex trader, because most of them trade BTC. They still trade in the financial market, just like stocks, commodities, indices. So commodities like you see oil, you see like cocoa, you see like different types. Stocks like Apple, they have the US 30, the US 100, Nasdaq like Nasdaq, those kind of things. So there are many commodities and many financial currencies that are traded in the stock market. So why I'm going first with candlesticks is because candlestick can be used as a mode of entry before executing a trade, and it's what builds the market. The market is formed by candlesticks, so you learning it now, it's best. That's what I'll just say. So let me start from the first one so I don't waste much time on this video. So I want to start with the hammer. I want to start with this. So let me circle it so you know the one I'm talking about, because they have, like I said, there are 5 on my screen. So thank you for your audience. So let's start now. You see the hammer is a candle whereby if you look, you will see the body. Just follow my mouse, you will see the body here. I drew this before I started the class, so it can be very easy instead of drawing and teaching stuff like that. So it's very easy for you to understand. This is the body. They call this body. They call this body. So in case if you see it anywhere, you should know that yes, this is called the body of a candle. So since this is too small, let me enlarge it to like 16. or 20. Okay, they call this body, and this lower part is called the wick. I would like you to pen these things down, because while trading you should have like a journal where you write down things. You don't just open trades and you don't know what you are doing. You have to have a journal. Like me, I have more than 5 books. So I call this a week. Let me write that in, because the week spelling is different. I call this a week. That's what it's called by everybody. If you can ask your mentors, that's what it's called. It's called a week. So a hammer consists of the body and the wick, and this hammer shows reversals. That's the basic job of a hammer. It shows reversals most every time in a downtrend. I don't want to use most times. Every time in a downtrend, it shows reversals. But sometimes, in some circumstance, it might not reverse. That's why you have to add some other confluences. But after explaining all this to you, I'm still going to show you in the chart, so you can see what I'm saying here and how it works in the chart. So you can compare it and know that what I'm saying, I'm not just saying out of learning, but I'm saying out of learning and also experience. So this hammer shows reversal. It's a reversal candle. If you want to write it down, it's a reversal candle that shows that market is about to change direction from a downtrend to an uptrend. A strong hammer, if you look at the strong hammer, most times doesn't have a weak rejection at the top. Just like how you see here, this one has a weak rejection at the top, but it's still valid because the weak rejection at the top is not that long. To know a valid hammer, you must look at the weak rejection at the top. Does it have weak rejection? It must not be too long. And the lower rejection, that's the lower wick, must be at least 2 times of this body. To know that this is a valid hammer in a given zone, it must be either a demand zone or a support zone. So if you are doing PA, you call it a support zone. If you are doing ICT, you call it a demand zone. That's it. So it must occur in a zone to make this hammer valid. So I hope I've made myself clear. If you don't understand me, you can say that in the comment section, and it can trigger me to make more videos and explain more about the ones you don't understand. So moving further, let's go into the shooting star. The shooting star is just inverse of the hammer. It's like a reversal candle. Just like how the hammer is also a reversal candle. But the hammer is a reversal candle when the trend is about to change from a downtrend to an uptrend, showing you that bulls are stepping in, the market is about to buy. When talking about the shooting star is an inverse of the hammer, showing that the market is moving from an uptrend to a downtrend, showing that sellers are stepping in. If you look at it, it's just like turning the hammer upside down. You get a shooting star. And this shooting star is always located in an uptrend. That's either in a supply zone or a resistance zone. A shooting star is located either in a supply zone or a resistance zone. You can't find a shooting star in a demand zone. Sorry, since I had a network glitch. Sorry about that. Oh. How will this come up now? Okay, we are back. Sorry about that. It's a glitch, just network. Okay, so we are still on candlesticks. We are on the shooting star, and I told you shooting star is inverse of the hammer. So shooting star is located in a resistance zone or a supply zone, showing that sellers are stepping in, about to take the market downwards. So a shooting star is only located in an uptrend. When you see shooting star in a downtrend showing this, just know the market hasn't decided yet. Wait for the next candle. Some people use candle as a mode of entry. I said it from the beginning. That's why you see some traders, you'll be like, how am I going to know when to enter, even if it's in my zone? How am I going to know how to take this trade? Where am I going to place my stop loss? Most of these are handled by candles. That's why I see some traders dropping into lower time frames to look at candles to take an entry. Let's move forward to the spinning top. I don't want to waste much of our time. Okay, this is the spinning top. It's also a significant candle, but the spinning top is a candle that shows indecision. You might see a spinning top and mistake it for an hammer. That's why I drew the spinning top out also, because a spinning top, you see the body, you also see a long candle, a very long candle, a very long candle, a very long, sorry, I said a very long wick, not candle, sorry. This is the body. Then you see a very long wick at the bottom and a very long wick at the top, showing imbalance, showing equilibrium, showing that buyers and sellers are at equilibrium. They are dragging. The candle can either be green or red, but it's showing that buyers and sellers are together. They are dragging. They are in great competition. So you taking the trade at that point is very risky. You have to watch out for other candles to play out before you can know the stand, if buyers are on the high side or sellers are on the high side. That's why it's called an indecision candle. So just know that a spinning top is an indecision candle, be it in an uptrend or in a downtrend. Make sure these candles I'm showing you, you must find them in a zone. I've not thought about zones, but I'm just letting you know in case if you are already trading and you're not a newbie, you'll find them in zones, not just any location you see them, you call them spinning top, you call it hammer. It must be in a zone. It must be tracked into a demand zone, into a supply zone, or a support or a resistance zone. Let's move forward so we don't waste much time. This is a bullish engulfing. A bullish engulfing is a candle. If you look at it, they are both full-bodied. I made it full-bodied so you can know that, yes, you can see the difference clearly, because most times if you go into the chart, you might not see it this way. Sometimes it might have a wick, but not that massive. It might have a wick, but the wick might not be that massive. Sorry about my drawing. Just trying to make the best out of it. And this one might just be full. It might not have any wick. But let me just put this, because what has an open must have a close. Let me just put this. So most time you measure the body, not the wick. When you look at this, you see the body of this green candle is bigger than the body of this red candle. It shows that if you study your simple bar chart, you will see when they say add up this certain number and draw a bar chart. You see 2003, 2004, then you notice that the sales of 2004 is higher than 2003, showing you that in 2004, people bought more than 2003, showing there's buying pressure. As a trader, you are a retailer. You resell stocks. You buy, you resell, you sell, you buy. The big boys like the hedge funds, Chase, other big banks that trade in the financial market, they're the market makers. So you look at what they have done in the past and picture how you're going to analyze your trade. Looking at this bullish engulfing, you notice that the bullish candle, which is the green candle, supersedes the previous candle, which is the red bearish candle, showing that buyers have stepped in, be it in a 1 hour time frame. Most time frame like 1 hour, 4 hour daily time frame is the best to spot all these candles, because the 30-minute, 15-minute is like is a noise. I'll call it noise because there are so many candles there. It might have power there, but not compared to higher time frames. So why I'm touching this particular bullish engulfing is because it's a very powerful one. Bullish engulfing takes the market in a great way that you will not expect. When you see a bullish candle pop out from a bearish candle, showing that this market has changed bias. In your simple bar chart, if you know what I'm talking about, if you have done simple bar charts in school, primary, secondary school, anywhere, you will know what I'm talking about. So let's move further. I don't want to waste much time, but I know with this little I'm doing, people who really want to learn should be grabbing something. So let's go to the last one. The bearish engulfing. I took my time to draw this out to show you how it works before I go into the chart. So when looking at this, you see the bearish engulfing. Bearish engulfing is when a bearish candle engulfs a bullish candle. When you see something engulfs, it's higher, it supersedes, it's more superior. So looking at this chart now, you see the bearish candle is more superior to this bullish candle. What happened next? The market changed bias, the market changed direction and started dropping massively. That's when you see when the market is up and it started going down. That's when you see someone will draw something like this, saying it's a trend line. The market is respecting it. When you see price respecting it, going down, see price doing this. See price something like this. Making lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low from this trend line. Candlesticks are so powerful that once you study them, it's a added knowledge to your trading. Because when you're looking for confluences for entry, you use candlesticks. Use them as confluences for entry. So looking at this alone, I'm sure if you go into the chart now and spot all this, you should be convinced that candlesticks are powerful and a very good mode for entry. Okay, let's go into the charts without wasting much time and check out what we have practiced here. I hope you guys wrote it down, because I won't be going back to confirm any of it. I'll just be showing you from my screen. Okay, this is a shooting star like you have seen from what I drew. This is a shooting star. I want to expand it, so I want a 15-minute time frame because that's where you can catch most of these candles more. On the higher time frame, I have to backtest before I see them. So this is a shooting star, this one here. This one I'm pointing at here. A shooting star. As you can see, what happened when the shooting star played out. If you trace it, you might find a zone, but I didn't really work out tracking it to a zone first because I just want to show you an example of how it works. I didn't really bother tracking it to a zone. So, but it also works. But the best time it works is when it's in a zone. I'm just telling you, feeding you the truth, so you don't just get caught up chasing what is not there. Best time to catch this kind of candles is when it's in a zone. So looking at this, you see a shooting star. What happened after the shooting star? The market was buying up. It's played out a shooting star. Then the next candle was a bearish candle. You have to watch this next candle, what it plays out to be. It's a bearish candle. Then what happened? The market sold. The market sold down here. So as you see that, a shooting star played out and it worked out fine here. So let's move up to showing you other candles. I don't want this video to be too long. Okay? Please indicate in the comment section if you don't really understand what I'm doing here, so I can throw more light to it in my next video. But I want to move as fast as I can, so I can pass out knowledge to those that are willing to hear from me. Because I'm also learning. We all are learning. We learn every day. I want to reduce the size. I hope you can still see it. Okay? This is a bullish engulfing candle. A bullish engulfing candle is a candle, like I said before, it engulfs. You see the bullish candle supersedes the bearish candle, even if it was not that much. But you will see the difference here. Let me draw this line so you can see. I say check the body, leave the wick. See? See the body of this? This is where the body of the bearish candle stopped, and the bullish candle superseded it. It covered it from the beginning of the bearish candle to the close of the bearish candle, and still gave it a bit more gap, showing buyers have stepped in. What happened after that? The market bought massively. So showing you this for my examples and also bringing it to the chart shows that I have studied and seen this happen so many times. You can know all this and still not be that good. But there's nothing that beats added knowledge. You have to know what you are doing at all time. You have to be focused. You have to learn. You have to unlearn. You have to learn again. That's the secret about life, not just trading. And trading is life on its own. Give it time, dedication, discipline, and so on and so forth. So let me reduce the size of this also. This is too small. Okay. This is an hammer. That's the first candle I taught you about. This hammer, I told you it occurs in a downtrend. This is this as a zone. It can be traced to a zone, as you can see here. This is a zone. This is a fair value gap zone. We have fair value gap. I have not taught that, but step by step we'll go into that. This is a fair value gap. They call it FVG. So it's a zone too. You see, the hammer happened there, and after that, it's played out. It's bought massively again. So you have to have other confluences. After seeing that zone, what is your candlestick? What is your mode of entry? After this hammer, what am I going to do? I buy. Because I've seen my mode of entry. I've seen it in a zone. So you don't have to waste time and be second guessing when you have seen your mode of entry. If you don't have a mode of entry, that's when you second guess. But if you have a mode of entry, you take it, you take action. So you avoid I was meant to enter but I didn't. Make money when you're meant to make money. Don't second guess when you see your market playing out in your presence. You second guess when your confidence are not complete. That's when you second guess. But with this, you are seeing the confidence is complete, is in a zone, a fair value gap zone. You can see a hammer there. Your stop loss will just be a bit lower. If you're entering from here, if you have seen the hammer, this one plays out. This one plays out. You have seen the hammer. You can just do something like this and bridge it up to the next zone. So this is the next zone here, somewhere around here. But I close up my zones. I put my TP with the 4-hour time frame because that's where strong candles are. This is just an example. So you place your entry, you take the trade. So that's for the hammer. This is also an hammer here. This is an hammer here. Okay, this is the spinning top we talked about. Talked about the spinning top. That is an indecision candle. Why? Because as you can see here, what happened after the spinning top played out here, the market showed a weak rejection. Yeah, went up a bit, reversed, played out an hammer, went up a bit, reversed. Can you see? This weak rejection was people's stop loss that was hit. This is money. This weak rejection here, it's money. So that's why I said this spinning top is an indecision candle. You have to watch out very well. Once you see a spinning top, you calm down. This is after a spinning top, what happened next? Is shooting star. You have gotten your confluence. Is it in the zone? Check. This is a breaker block. You have seen it. Is in the zone? You check. If you can take the trade, you order. If it matches your confluence, you take the trade. From this point of this spinning top down to this zone where it's reversed, it got to this fair value gap and reversed. This fair value gap has been tapped, but it came to tap it again. Came to the fair value gap and it reversed back up. So it was valid. So a spinning top is an indecision candle. You have to wait for the next candle to play out before you can decide. So the bearish engulfing, I wasn't able to spot that, but you should know it's the opposite of the bullish engulfing. Bullish engulfing is for buy, bearish engulfing happens for sell. In the bearish engulfing, the bullish candle comes before the bearish candle that engulfs the bullish candle. What I'm trying to say is that when you see a bearish engulfing, you have to see a bullish candle first. Then a bearish candle after that bullish candle must engulf, must take charge, must be superior to the previous candle. It must be longer than it in terms of the body, not just the wick. So I hope I was able to explain these 5 candles and their significance and use, and tell you that candlesticks are very powerful in the market as much as forex trading is concerned. So let me go back here so I can end this class. So like I said, if you don't understand anything, you can say it on the comment section. I'm going to touch it if it's possible, or you can chat me on WhatsApp, because my WhatsApp is also on my YouTube channel, and I can give you feedback directly if you want to learn more about this. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you in my next video. Thank you and God bless.